Hello and welcome to my virtual showcase on promoting student engagement in the online environment. I'm going to offer a few student-centered instructional practices. My name is Meg Taraftar. I'm the Associate Director of the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning. I'm also an adjunct associate faculty in the English department. A little bit about Queensborough Community College. Queensborough is a Hispanic serving institution located in Queens, one of the most diverse counties in the United States. Almost half of QCC students are foreign-born and 46% speak a language other than English at home. Technology-based instruction offers our students the opportunity to communicate with each other, engage in collaborative projects, and boost their self-efficacy through achievement of individual goals. This showcase is based on the lesson plans and instructional technology tools that I utilize in my hybrid class, English 101, which is a freshman composition class. This is my Blackboard page for the class. A student enters through the Blackboard page and then goes to the unit that they need to be working on. This virtual showcase will address the following underlying questions. How will you take learning beyond the textbook? How will you utilize technology to address the needs of students with diverse learning styles? So we're going to look at the unit on narrative writing a narrative essay. My students usually come to class once a week and we talk about the guidelines of the essay and we do some brainstorming. However, there are students that do not show up in class regularly, and this is a unit that offers them the option to learn beyond the classroom, to reinforce the concepts discussed in the classroom, and also to practice their writing assignment. In this unit, my students click on a soft chalk presentation on writing the narrative essay. This is the screen that they see. They can click on the content, which takes them to the different stages or different steps in writing the essay. The first step they go through is choosing a topic for the narrative. This gives them several prompts to consider events that might be possible topics for their essay. A little bit about SoftChalk. SoftChalk is integrated into the Blackboard environment. SoftChalk is a presentation and interaction tool which also allows you to assess student performance. It's an e-learning authoring tools that can help you to create presentations by mashing up your own materials with rich media, interactive exercises, quizzes, and text. The students can click on the activities. For instance, the first activity after choosing a topic would be to prepare a list of potential topics for your essay and highlight your preference. They can type their own response and then finish or print what they have created. They then move on to the next set of activities, which helps them generate ideas for their essays. This is where we talk about the invention strategies: who, what, where, when, why, and how. I take a simple example. Bert Simon spilled acid on his hand in the chemistry lab this morning. Why? Because he was careless how he overturned a bottle filled with acid. The students then generate several questions pertaining to each one of these aspects. What kind of a person is Bert Simons, for instance? The students generate questions that they would like to invent, the details that need to go into the narrative. This activity helps them focus on how they can generate more details about the characters in their own specific narrative essays. The next step in the process is to look at descriptive strategies, the strategies for using sense impressions along with the who, what, where, when, why, and how. They can go to the next step by clicking. They can generate more details about the narration steps. They will focus on purpose, action, conflict, point of view, and dialogue. Each one of these steps provides them several options and information that they can look up. It also connects the reading assignments that are provided along with each one of these steps. So they explore the different strategies for narration, and then they can redo or add or enhance the previous activity that they had from the point of view of purpose and audience. At this stage in the process, they also answer the question, why is this event significant to you? Most of the time, students have difficulty addressing the question of significance of the narrative, because we do talk about how to generate a purpose statement for the narrative based on what is the purpose, what do you want your reader to understand or learn about. The students then proceed to the step about generating sense impressions. The 5 senses are the focus of this activity: sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. This page of the SoftChalk presentation provides them details about sight. For instance, examples from different stories that they have read are included in this section. Examples of sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch, which students can explore on their own. Some of these examples also include student written material, as I show here, from a student essay. They explored the sense of touch. They explored the sense of taste, smell, sound, sight, as it pertains to their own narratives. The focus of the next stage in their writing process is to introduce their paragraphs. So we talk about the strategies for introductory sentences in paragraphs. These strategies are further reinforced through the SoftChalk lesson, where students are provided with an example of different types of strategies, such as using a rhetorical question. So they look at the examples provided and then they create their own rhetorical question, which they can subsequently print or email to themselves. This takes them to the next rhetorical question, which is adding another strategy as an introductory sentence, adding a narrative opening to their paragraph. The example provided shows them how a narrative opening, such as the one shown here: sweat dripped off my face, my new shirt was torn, I was breathing hard, but I had just won at age 10 my first fight. The students introduce their own narrative openings and then move on to the next strategy in their opening sentences. So there are 7 strategies provided, and then they move on to learning more about the narrative essay. They ask themselves, what is the purpose of this essay? There are some suggested readings provided. They can click onto the links which will take them to external sources of information that will help them learn more about writing a narrative. They also look at the topic suggestions. I've provided them about 50 topics for choosing a narrative paper. Most of the time, my students feel really encouraged when they get to see the 50 topics, because they know that there is a topic out there that they can relate to. They can customize the topic to their own needs. They can also come up with something more unique. This is just to help them get started on writing a narrative. I also provide them several video resources which they can click. SoftChalk allows you to do that as well. For instance, they can click on the joy of writing narratives. This shows them the strategies that we just discussed in the previous steps. So somewhere along the line, as students move through the stages in the writing process, their concepts of writing a narrative are further enhanced and reinforced. Several studies have found that technology-based instruction is effective for Hispanic students. The use of web-based visuals, for example, can help promote students' comprehension in content area classrooms. For instance, in the SoftChalk presentation that you just saw, students have found that they have learned more about narrative writing by going through the self-paced lessons and activities. Also, the use of multimedia can help students connect the learning in the classroom to real-life situations and to create a meaningful context for teaching and learning. So this was one of the student-centered pedagogy, which promotes students' desires to know more about the topic and to explore the concepts better. Now let's look at another tool which can also help in enhancing the motivation of the learners and help them with reinforcing the concepts discussed in the class. I just shared with you the tools SoftChalk and Prism in this virtual showcase in order to illustrate how technology and media can improve the instructional design of your courses and can help you enhance your presentations, interaction, and assessment activities in the online and hybrid classes. Hopefully you were inspired by this session. For further questions, please contact Meg at Queensborough Community College. My email is listed right here. Thank you.
We understand the factors that promote college success, the impact of approaches that truly facilitate success and quality, the secret to a solid teaching process for the Hispanic learner, and the key role of technology to make this happen. Hence, an opportunity to propose, find, and integrate innovative technology solutions to education. We go beyond higher education. We strive for a higher vision. Visit us at www.hets.org. HETS Consortium.